Alrighty, recording. So hi you guys, so welcome to my channel. I'm back with a new video, and I think it's my first time checking him out. Paddy Pimblett. It says hard to believe Paddy Pimblett, the next UFC champ. I've seen him here and there. He seemed like a character, but I haven't checked out like a video just about him, I think. So we'll see what they're talking about here.
The ever-polarizing Paddy Pimblett split the fan base in half from the very first Octagon appearance.
Might be the fighter. Look at that.
Some predict the Brit will soon rise to the top of the lightweight division. Others call him a UFC hype job, criticize his antics and dietary habits.
10 out of 10.
It's time to
this is what I've
look
seen.
at Paddy Pimblett's career.
His weight, crazy up and down, and then he seemed like a little clown.
Full of flying submissions.
That's what I was like. I just seen a little bit of
The full extension to drive it, and there's the Bobby angle. He's got the extension.
and ruthless finishes.
Face.
Flying knee, the big right hand! Paddy Pimblett! He's the heavyweight champion of the world!
Patrick, or Paddy for short, was born in January 1995 in the suburb of Liverpool, whose residents are called Scousers.
1993?
The name comes from lobscouse, a local sailor's dish, which
Like
explains the fighter's culinary preferences.
You look like fat bastard, bro.
I know.
The city is also famous for its noisy football fans, who instilled their rough street code into young Pimblett. But it wasn't until he saw the brutal war of attrition between Diego Sanchez and Clay Guida in 2009 that the 14-year-old found his calling. After first stepping into the cage at the age of 15, Pimblett had a dozen amateur performances in just 15 months. The pay-free run through local promotions did not last long. Nonetheless, Paddy managed to earn the nickname The Baddie and established himself as an aggressive wrestler with decent ground and pound.
Dropping some heavy shots in.
However, it was in grappling exchanges where the future BJJ black belt shined brightest, drowning the rivals in submission-infused deep waters.
Right there now.
Panicking. And he's tapped out.
Yeah.
A regular guest in the cage with a record of 7-2 by the end of 2012, the still buzz-cut Paddy was primed for a switch to professional MMA.
Fight me! You're funny!
The skinny Liverpool kid started out as a 135-pounder. The 17-year-old Pimblett's debut opponent couldn't last even 2 minutes. The very first exchange ended in a clinch with a following takedown. Paddy then scored a quick technical knockout. In 2013, Pimblett signed with the leading British promotion Cage Warriors, where he would spend the next 8 years. The initial test was Florian Kalin with a 2-0 resume. The Baddie immediately took the center of the cage and began to fire away on the feet.
Those accidental low blows, very crisp punches from Pimblett though. A lot of rotation on.
Grueling clinches also played into the Scousers' favor. Unlike previous bouts, this one went the distance.
Paddy! The Paddy!
To kick off the next clash, Paddy landed a couple of accurate left hands.
Go early.
But
I'm a
due to an
lefty.
ill-advised flying triangle attempt,
Triangle early on. Very good
conceded a
start.
position and got his neck trapped in an anaconda choke.
The anaconda off the sprawl. That is
Learning here, you
looking
guys.
pretty tight at the moment.
Well, I think he stopped
And
him
he's
early.
out.
Oh
That is
my
it.
god,
He
that's so
actually said
scary.
Paddy's-
By March 2014, Pimblett had a new hairstyle, which may have caused him to miss weight for the first time. Following 2 rounds, the Baddie was on his way to a hard-earned victory, mixing takedowns with ground and pound.
Is the pass into Mount. Pimblett postures up.
That your opponent is in.
Even a fall in the third did not break the
I'm
Scousers'
still
will.
in shock from them.
He found the strength within to make a comeback and win another decision.
Martin, the silence of Sheridan trying to defend this takedown. And let's see how much.
The Paddy Pimblett!
It seemed like the up-and-comers hype train was beginning to derail. Yet, the next fight with Conrad Hayes changed everything. Having failed on the scales once again,
He looked
Paddy
like someone from
connected with
the-
a high kick in the
He looked like De Niro from Taxi Driver.
prologue. The grappling virtuoso soared into the air with a triangle. Hayes tried to resist, but in his native element, Pimblett was one step ahead. With a precise kick and a flashy triangle armbar finish, Paddy topped the British sports headlines. The momentum continued in 2014 with a move up to 145 pounds. An attempt to trade with BJJ black belt Stephen Martin pushed Pimblett to the brink of defeat. Paddy managed to get up. Martin, in turn, unleashed reverse elbows by the cage. After a pause, the referee separated the athletes and they re-engaged.
Need a KO now because...
Finally, Pimblett switched to wrestling. In the dying seconds of the round, he noticed an opening and took full advantage of it.
Okay, I've been watching too much boxing. Oh my God!
An elbow on the exit from the clinch caused a gaping gash, and the contest was called off by the doctor. The Scouser celebrated this win with his now patented dance.
So how does that work? Cause he hit him, so he started bleeding. They just gonna say that he lost because of that, or he just said I'm out. Like
next in line was the unbeaten French finisher Kevin Petchy, a well-rounded athlete with no obvious weaknesses.
La France,
in Pimblett's first main event, the FCC promotion belt was at stake.
So far. Oh, a huge left hook.
At the 6th minute mark, Petchy rocked the Scouser with a TNT right hand.
Oh, big right hand from...
But, refusing to go out, Paddy rose back and secured a takedown.
Can break his leg! Shush!
Unsurprisingly, the Frenchman capitulated in a minute.
This could be a dangerous position because at the front...
We got him on lock. He got him on lock.
That's Paddy, what Paddy does so well. And there's the submission.
3 months after capturing the title, Pimblett had his first and only defense against Miguel Haro. The Spaniard tried to land heavy in the beginning.
España.
The baddie responded with numerous kicks from the distance.
Looking content to keep things standing here.
Haro didn't like it and punched his way into the clinch.
We've seen that he can really get those.
Then he executed a successful throw and recklessly tried to take Paddy's back.
He's playing chess.
Oh, and he's crazy.
Once on top, Pimblett softened the prey with a series of right hands, forced the mount, and brought the scrap to its logical conclusion with a choke.
Pimblett with a body triangle here, Josh.
Yeah, Pimblett was so quick through that transition. The body triangle is forced to submission.
And there's the submission! Paddy Pimblett with the big squeeze.
I stand corrected.
Josh Pump.
Following a 10-month-long hiatus, he returned to Cage Warriors in April of 2016. With a record of 9-1, Pimblett took on a veteran with 30 fights, Ashley Grimshaw. The opponent got off to a good start, throwing a couple of haymakers and slamming the Scouser into the canvas.
That guy had aggressive tactics.
But Paddy seized the initiative. He was a constant threat on the ground. His kicks were sharp. The hands did not lag behind. And every mistake made by the counterpart resulted in a more dominant position.
Pimblett's actually done a better job with that body lock.
Pimblett spent the last minutes in a fierce attack before climbing the fence in celebration.
And I think Paddy Pimblett knows that he's probably taken the win here.
Victory number 10 further confirmed his status as the biggest
So this
UK
is like
prospect.
when the time is out and they have, it's a point system, and that's how he win, because this guy seemed like he could go more, but it's like a limit.
Paddy, the better.
3 months later, the Scouser displayed his typical battle pattern once again. In order to wake up, Paddy took the full force of a thunderous blow to the head.
Technical base, big combination from Teddy Villa.
Then transferred the action to the mat, took the back, and got to work.
Oh, he bleeding! Ay, 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 ay. He bleeding badly. Sheesh!
The adversary made it to the end of the first round, although in the second, failed to defend the rear naked choke.
He's got Paddy Pimblett with a big squeeze, and there's the submission! Paddy Pimblett submits Teddy Villa at Cage Warriors 77.
The subsequent self-promotion masterclass proved that the only path for Pimblett was one to the top.
No one's knocking me out. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm a Scouser. You don't get knocked out.
The showdown for the vacant Cage Warriors belt versus Johnny Frachet came to fruition in September 2016. The Frenchman won 10 of his last 12, but against Pimblett in Liverpool, he stood absolutely no chance.
So the combo?
Paddy Pimblett! He's done it! Paddy Pimblett is the new Cage Warriors Featherweight Champion of the world!
A flying knee and a couple of follow-up shots at the 2-minute mark launched Paddy into stardom.
With his people in his city.
Featherweight gold was a nice bonus to a significant victory. The Scouser delivered on the mic as well.
What happened? What happened? This left hook? That's what happened.
The title defense 2 months later was Pimblett's first major test. Former UFC fighter Julian Erosa was 17-3 with a 90% finish rate. More importantly, the American was no stranger to ground entanglements. Entering the cage in Kazushi Sakuraba's shorts, Pimblett was yet unaware he would need to summon the samurai spirit. Expecting a quick and decisive win, Paddy immediately jumped into a two-way shootout. Then the Scouser floored the opponent in his usual style.
Very young, 21, very early on, beautiful trick with the knee there.
Backpacked him and spent the rest of the round searching for a submission, but hopes to build on previous success in the second frame were crushed by the American's cross. Having recovered on the canvas, Paddy managed to reverse the position and stage a late offensive. The next 5-minute stretch was mostly contested on the ground.
Beautiful takedown.
We've seen the pattern with his title.
And a single mistake almost cost Paddy the title.
Oh my god, that hit. He felt that.
Miraculously avoiding a knockout, Pimblett made it to the championship rounds, and the belt eventually went back to Liverpool. The win was the 9th in a row for Paddy, and the last in his initial 5-year-long run as a pro. The UFC expressed interest in the rising Scouser. Reluctant to vacate the belt, he postponed the overseas debut and agreed to defend the featherweight crown. Nevertheless, the brutal weight cut for the event in April of 2017 disrupted the plans. Pimblett's compatriot, Nad Narimani, challenged him in all areas. He dominated on the feet,
Stern test, but the hometown favorite and gets
landed takedowns,
Narimani shooting in here.
did well on top,
More big punches
That's
from
what she said.
and threatened a submission,
Almost got him shrugged off though.
resulting a straining 5-round performance. Paddy lost both the title and illusions about making 145 pounds again. Pimblett took a break for 10 months and got back to business against Alexis Savidis. Despite coming up to lightweight, Paddy retained his trademark pressure and flung the Greek down like it was nothing. Dead set on forcing a tap, he allowed the adversary to survive to the horn. Savidis returned the favor in the second round with a couple of right hands, but a careless takedown attempt led the Scouser to snatch one of the best submissions of 2018.
Okay.
Might have the full extension to drive it, and there's the flying triangle. He's got the angle, he's got the
Oh my god.
Pimblett leapt
I got
into the
goosebumps.
atmosphere with a triangle, failed to get a proper squeeze, and switched to an armbar. The astounding joint lock marked Paddy on the UFC radar with a bright flash. However, his lightweight title bout in September went badly. The Scouser was forced to pull the lucky pants out of the wardrobe. Rocking orange, he effortlessly beat Decky Dalton in a technical knockout.
Big punches here. Dalton turns to his back. He's almost hyperextended backwards. And there we go. The referee has seen enough. Paddy, the Paddy is...
The 26-year-old prospect got signed in 2021 with a 16-3 record. A willing scrapper named Luigi Vendramini was the first challenge.
The +1.
His first
Pimblett
UFC.
rushed forward from the word go.
Jumping switch kick.
But soon a Brazilian dynamite explosion echoed through the arena.
Brasil, oi, tudo bem? Meu nome é minha prazer com
For almost a
amo.
round, Paddy was heroically accepting punishment, while Vendramini was dishing it out.
It's that left hook every time.
You gonna lose? His first?
By the last minute, the Scouser finally came alive and delivered a series of crushing blows.
Okay. Oh, I heard that one. Ay, 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 ay.
Oh, he's a fire.
What's the any doubts? What was that thing?
All offense in mind, Pimblett entered an exchange and landed with a long right
Ay,
hook.
ay,
The
ay,
Brazilian
ay, ay.
started to feel seasick, and with 35 seconds left,
I'm
drowned in
dizzy.
the ocean of punches.
I'm dizzy.
The post-fight interview with Michael Bisping rocketed the baddie's U.S. popularity into orbit.
I'm a Scouser. We don't get knocked out. Hey, I take that shit all day. Boom,
What
right
does he
hand.
say? I'm a Scotch. What's that?
And again, you ready? You ready? Sleep, kid.
Put it together for Paddy, the Paddy Pimblett.
Pimblett returned home as a national hero, and come March 2022, the fan support rumbled throughout the O2 London Arena. But Paddy wouldn't be the baddie if he hadn't caused a couple heart attacks in the opening seconds.
Was that when it comes to
Rodrigo Vargas's only mistake was engaging in wrestling. Once the Scouser found his footing, the Mexican's minutes of fame were numbered.
his knee?
A gorgeous hip toss was followed by a back take,
Tables
a
turn
noose on the
quick.
neck, and the inevitable surrender.
It's over.
This could be it. He's done it. Paddy has done it.
Hey.
He did it again, in his own unique way. Unwilling to sit on the sidelines, 4 months later, Pimblett performed at the next London event. His foe, a grappling wizard named Jordan Levitt, was 6-1 with 6 submission wins. 2 years prior, the Monkey King made a splash with a Knockout of the Year contender.
So,
The crowd greeted Paddy as the main star attraction. The Scouser was having fun during the walkout, but in the cage, he meant strictly business.
Here inside the O2 Arena.
Once in the line of fire,
Significantly.
the American initiated a clinch battle and scored a slam takedown.
He's looking at triangle.
In turn, Pimblett threatened with a guillotine attempt, then disengaged when an opportunity presented. After a brief exchange, Paddy banked the rest of the round on the mat in dominant fashion.
And he's got that neck. He's got the neck.
it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Into the round for Paddy. This is a great end to the round.
That success accelerated quickly in the second lap. Pimblett landed a couple of strikes in close quarters,
He's trying to get that. Oh, nice knee.
took the Monkey King's back again,
There's one hook.
and squeezed the neck for a
It's
tap.
over. Finito.
This is it. That's tight. He gets it.
Tap
He
out.
gets the tap. The Paddy party goes to the next level.
The teabag celebration marked the Scouser's third Octagon win and the third performance of the night bonus. Paddy proved he's for real against tough competition.
The thing is, he was laughing, the other guy. I feel like what he's doing is harmless. How he's joking, creating, entertainment. Like, it's not damaging.
This is how I get down, boy.
Post-fight, Pimblett
Just
could have
having
leaned
fun,
into some
jokes.
self-promotion or called out a top 15 opponent. However, after tragically losing a friend a few days prior, he elected to bring up a paramount topic.
If you're a man and you've got weight on your shoulders and you think the only way you can solve it is by killing yourself, please speak to someone. I know I'd rather me mate cry on my shoulder than go to his funeral next week. So please, let's get rid of this stigma and men start talking.
Ooh, I got
The
goosebumps.
UFC has found itself in a difficult situation,
legs.
with their brightest stars from the British Isles leaving the sport. Paddy Pimblett can become a game changer by filling that gap. Following 3 Octagon appearances, the buzz around him is close to the early days of McGregor. The flamboyant blonde from Liverpool pours his heart out, finishes rivals, and is far from shy on the mic.
We don't get knocked out.
Cashing in on the hype in the sport's most dangerous division won't be easy, but the 27-year-old has plenty of time to do it.
Flying in a big right hand. Paddy Pimblett. He's done it.
His knee. This could be it.
Don't worry.
The full extension to drive it, and there's the full angle. He's got his touch.
If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, choke the like button.
Nah, this was a cool video. I respect him. Seemed like a good person in his work field and outside. You know, like having fun, putting on a show. That's what, you know, it's all about. But like I said, I don't think he's doing anything damaging. Like I didn't know too much about him. I knew him like from a few clips. That's why I said like clown, because like of his. I just seen a few clips, like I said. But like he seemed like a fun person, putting on a show, entertaining and talented, and seemed like he have a good heart. And yeah, hope that, you know, it's not good to like the weight just go. I guess this part of the industry though, but like I've seen, you know, when he gained a lot and eat and then just have to lose it and stuff, gotta take a toll on your body. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and hopefully I see you in another one. Appreciate you watching. I was close to crying there when he lost his friend. So sad, so sad. It's unfortunately very common these days, so take care of yourself, your outside but also your inside.